This is Crypto Benta, this is Crypto Benta. Crypto Benta for you, this is Crypto Benta, this is Crypto Benta, this is Crypto Benta. Crypto Benta for you, smash those likes. Smash those likes. Crypto Benta for you, smash those likes. Smash those likes. Crypto Benta for you, smash those likes. Smash those likes. Crypto Benta for you, for you, for you.
Guess who's back? Sheldon's back. Hey, Sheldon.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, my man? How you feeling?
I'm good. Just still relaxing. I'm just sort of watching the Netflix, relaxing a bit. I haven't charted much. It was actually quite surprising to open the charts. Just relaxing, bud. We still got a long year ahead of us. We've got to keep this everything just fueled and make sure that, we got a big journey. We got to keep healthy. There's no point.
Are you over COVID? Would you still say that you feel like you have COVID?
I think I'm on the back end. So definitely, I'm still very tired and that, but definitely coming on the back end. So I'm looking to go for another test soon.
Well, amazing. Listen, good to have you back. Good to have you back. Let's look at the charts. Let's see where we are today. It doesn't look, at first glance, it doesn't look very healthy out there. It feels weak. The altcoins feel weak. Bitcoin feels weak. I guess that it's weak because of the grayscale overhang. This is the week where Grayscale are selling all their GBTC tokens. It feels like people are nervous. It feels like people are waiting for there's no buying on the open market, and people are waiting for this Grayscale overhang to hit the market.
Yeah, there's a lot of fear. Definitely no one's interested right now. And we can see retail, everyone is just not interested in crypto right now. And volume is showing us that very clearly, that we are not getting much increase in volume. Trend has been coming down the last few days. Volume, there's absolutely not a lot of volume at all. So this will make price if it's going to go down, it can go down quick. And obviously any pump at any stage can go quick. This is where they can literally manipulate at any point, because there's not a lot of buying or selling pressure. They can move the market quite easily. And let's
get into some market. Let's just get into the market structure. But before we get into the market structure, obviously, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Good to see Sheldon back. I'm back today as well. It's Friday. Fred, what happens on Friday, buddy? Banter, baby. So banter today. Remember, today's a very different banter. We have Richard Hart. We have Alex Mashinsky. We have Gareth Soloway. And we're going to be talking about big market-related matters and why this market in general is not moving. So that's what we're doing today. If you're new to our channel, welcome. Subscribe to our channel. We just looked at the stats again. We do have the most loyal community in crypto. We love you guys. It's all about you guys and the community. The beginning song, the sting, this thing that we all love and hate. I don't know, Fred, do you love it or do you hate it? Yeah, it gets stuck. Sheldon, is this song stuck in your head? Because
it's catchy. It's definitely very catchy.
So, the best thing about this is the community, our community. This was made by the community.
This is Benta!
All of this made by our community. This is the best place to be. So welcome, subscribe to our channel, smash the like button. We are launching the crypto school. We've been speaking about Sniper School and Crypto School. It looks like it's launching on 1st of August. I was hoping that we wouldn't get a delay because Sheldon has been ill with COVID, but it looks like we are launching on the 1st of August. And we need to start selecting people to join us at the school. And how we're going to be selecting people to join us at the school is from subscribers to our YouTube channel. So if you want to be selected for Crypto School, you have to be a subscriber to our YouTube channel. You have to follow me on Twitter, Sheldon on Twitter, Crypto Banter, and Fred on Twitter. And if you do all of those, then you may be selected to be in the first 100 people to be in Crypto School, which starts on the 1st of August. It's looking fucking insane.
That's crazy. I don't think anyone, guys, the market's not reacting right now and everything's not, but one thing we have been focusing on very much is the school. Sorry, I need to get some water, but I'll be back 2 secs.
I want to show you guys. I'm actually just looking for one of the modules that we are launching at the school. But just to give you guys an idea of the look and feel of the school and how amazing the school is actually going to be, I want to show you guys what school is about. This is the first part of school, which is crypto school, which is getting people into the basics. Let me actually quickly call that up onto the screen so that you guys can see it. How we do this by sharing the screen. But this is a module which is all about Bitcoin versus gold and teaching people the difference between Bitcoin against gold. And these are just some of the things that you will learn at the school. And you can see the tone of the school is going to be fun. And it's really teaching you from the beginning, what is Bitcoin? How does Bitcoin compare to gold? How to store Bitcoin? How to buy Bitcoin? And then it is also going to teach you how all the sniper trading wisdoms and stuff like that. It's really the only crypto school that I know of in the world where you actually have to attend school, meet your classmates, you'll be in classes, you'll be in groups. And the best thing is, after school, there is going to be a call every single day with you and your classmates that you can feel free to join, where we will be talking about what's happening on the markets, and that's exclusive to people from Sniper School. So where are we selecting those winners? You have to be a subscriber on our YouTube channel. You have to follow me on Twitter. You have to follow Sheldon on Twitter. There is no such thing. There is nothing like this in the world. There is no crypto school in the world, live crypto school. And every single person that passes gets a certificate for every module, which is going to be stored on the Arweave blockchain. It's a blockchain certificate. And that is going to be stored in the Arweave blockchain because Arweave is the only blockchain that actually stores things forever. So, yeah, I mean, you don't want to miss out. You don't want to miss this. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get people into the show. In fact, you know what? Nikki Page, you're in. If you're a subscriber. Nikki Page, you're in. You are the first student going to crypto school. You are the first student. Nikki Page is our first student. There will be another 99 people selected before the 1st of August. It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited about crypto school.
It's huge, Ren. I don't think anyone understands how big it actually is.
Harshal Kundra is also in crypto school. So Nikki Page, Harshal Kundra, you are student number 1, student number 2. Fred, let's get their blockchain certificates. Let's get them on the blockchain and let's get these guys into our school. Yeah, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like a go to school every day, meet your classmates, learn how to trade with your classmates, do assignments with your classmates, and then actually pass an amazing crypto school. There's nothing like it in the world. And we are the first here at Crypto Banter. All you need to do, join our channel, subscribe, have fun. All right, let's go to the markets. Let's look at the markets. Let's talk about the psyche of what's going on in the markets at the moment. What we're seeing is low volume, as Sheldon said. Sheldon, let's look at the volumes.
Yeah, volume's not good. Well, I wouldn't say it's not good. It's just it's quietening down. No interest right now. No one's interested right now buying Bitcoin at these levels. So maybe they are, maybe they're prepping. Remember, with low volume means they can shift the market a bit easier than when we got higher volume. So if there's specific orders, let's say there's some sell orders at 32,000, 33, a large institution can put a big amount that can really accelerate it very quickly because there isn't a lot of volume to the upwards or the downward side. We are just, though, starting to approach very key. We're getting to these downwards levels again, the 29, the 30K region. You don't want to test these levels too many times. We have tested a few times. We keep bouncing, but we keep returning. So it's quite interesting. I actually enjoyed just taking a few days off this week with the market just being like this. I think it's got to make a decision, and it's time for us. I think everyone's very tired of hearing the patience word. But it's important, that's why a portion of my portfolio is running long-term. I'm holding, I'm forgetting, I'm riding through this wave. Another portion I'm setting with stop losses. You know what I mean? That's the strategy I'm taking at because I've been stopped out of trades from last week. Some of them I made some good profits, some not, but I have money. If Bitcoin wants to go to these levels, I'm ready.
I must say, I think that if you look at the market, it's a Bitcoin problem. And we spoke about it on my show the other day. The reason why it is a Bitcoin problem is because there is 41,000 Bitcoin worth of GBTC shares which are being released onto the market now. And that means that people aren't going to buy Bitcoin on the normal market. And that you can see clearly reflected here in the volume. The reason why there's no volume on the main markets in Bitcoin is because all the volume is being now bought on the GBTC market. So people are buying GBTC shares. As you can see here, they're buying the GBTC shares at 15.23% discount to market price, which means you're paying about $28,500 per Bitcoin. So for as long as you're paying $28,500 per Bitcoin, why would you need to pay $33,000 or $31,000 or $32,000 per Bitcoin? You don't. So here's the thesis. The Grayscale release looks something like this. Here's the Grayscale release. Here's the number of Grayscale shares that are coming onto the market. Sunday is the biggest release day. So you can see the biggest unlocked day is the 17th and 18th, 16,000 Bitcoin. And up until, call it the 12th of August, there is a total of 41,000 Bitcoin that's coming onto the market. Wow. That 41,000 Bitcoin has to be absorbed. And until that 41,000 Bitcoin is absorbed, we are not going to see action on the Bitcoin price. So unfortunately, this sideways movement is going to be here for a while. The good news, though, is that once this 41,000 has been accumulated, then the only place to buy Bitcoin is going to be on the open market. And then we're going to have to see a move up. So my thesis here is that we can expect sideways to down until at least the 16th of August. And then wait for that to be mopped up on the market, which will probably take us towards the end of August minimum, and then probably start seeing a proper recovery in September.
That makes sense. Time-wise, it makes sense. Like, even if we have a look at my trend line, it's showing that, you know, we obviously got the different levels to the downward side we can go. It's quite, you know, to see that everyone's buying GBTC at 15% discount. What happens if Bitcoin does start going to 29K, 28K? You know what I mean? It's yes, they're getting discount now and they're buying up now, but it's quite important to see how we are going to react to those zones. I'm also seeing September. You know, August, late August, September is when we should start getting some good momentum. Remember, we are still 60% or I'd call it 55% off from the previous highs. So where we still are, yes, damage has been done, and I still think there can be a little bit more damage, but I still think we're 70%, 80% done with this correction. And if there is another little leg down that takes us down to the middle 20Ks, then so be it. I'm kind of at that point where just get over and done with it now so we can continue. You know what I mean? There's a sort of journey, and it's good that the volume's getting down. People are starting to get used to this range now for the first time. And it's not, that's why, you know, the only concern that I have is why the alts bleeding so much? Why are the alts the ones that are really, really taking the knock? You know, looking at today,
I'll tell you. Freddie, can you call up, you must have that chart of the altcoin versus Bitcoin correction. The alts haven't corrected as much as Bitcoin has corrected. And there's catch up to be played with the alts. That's how it is. One move, $1,000 up in Bitcoin means huge movement up in the alts. $1,000 down in Bitcoin means huge movement down in the alts. That's just the way it is. So
but the volume is like accelerating it, making it a lot more exaggerated, if I could say, because the dominance hasn't been trailing up that much. The dominance has literally been relaxing, but yet, you know, the alts are still getting destroyed. So we haven't had a huge shift in dominance to the upward side. Okay, yeah, I see what you mean there, but wow, you know, I was looking at DOT this morning, the DOT sitting at $12. You know what I mean? Like, percentage-wise, the alts have definitely corrected way more than what Bitcoin has.
Well, look at the gap. So if you look at where alts started this whole run, you can have a look at where alts started this whole run. You can see it on the screen. And then you can see how much Bitcoin has gone down and how much alts are still above Bitcoin. You got that, what they call catch-up risk, which is that little white line over there, which kind of says, look, if Bitcoin continues to go down, alts still have a way down to go. Now, I don't think that they'll ever catch up to the Bitcoin thing unless it goes all the way down. But guys, this is where we are. And for as long as there is so much supply in the market, which is the grayscale supply. It's a huge supply. It's 41,000 Bitcoin. 41,000 Bitcoin times $30,000 is what's it? 12 billion? What's it? $12 billion? I don't know. I don't have 41,000 Bitcoin. Fred has 41,000 Bitcoin. So yeah. The one good thing that we can look at is we can say, look, if this is the bear market, let's just say if this is the bear market, and if this bear market brings us to a Bitcoin price of 30, 28, 29, 30, 31, that's a great base to start the next run. I mean, if you think about the last bear market, the base was $3,000 and we went from 3,000 to 64,000. If our new base is 34,000 or 33,000 or 32,000, if that's our base, if this is the bottom, if this is the base, this is a great bottom.
No, exactly. And you know what the thing is? Like, I was even explaining the other night. You know, in a crypto journey, you start your portfolio on a bull run. It will go from 10K to 100K. Then you'll go through a bear section of it where your 100K will go back to 40K. Okay. Then the next bull cycle, your 40K will go to 250K. And then the bear cycle will go to 100K. So either way, you're going in these stages up and down. But do you see where your bear cycle every year or every few months, your low, where your low of your portfolio is higher than where your previous low is. So even though that happens, you know, we are still moving in that upwards direction. Like you said, before this, you know, we had Bitcoin correct in September to, where did it correct down to? To 9,600. Before that was 3,800. So do you see where these big corrections are coming? Now we're sitting at 31,000. You can't even compare.
Higher lows.
Of course it is. And it had to happen. It's the nature of it's, you know, it's full emotion markets. It's the way the market works. It has to. How do the big guys buy? They don't. It's not the money system, guys. You need to get the money system out of your head. They can't just print Bitcoin. They got to take it. And this is it. And then the longer preparation, I know it's tough. I know it sucks. The bigger the move. And that's what we just got to understand. And we're going to see that volume. There's no volume now. And volume's detracting and it's moving down, moving down, moving down. But you're going to be blown away when that volume does come back in. And then the retail comes in. And then we start the whole damn emotion cycle again in what we just had now the last few months. So
the reason why I'm smiling, I went for dinner last night with a friend of mine who is almost a billionaire and is definitely going to be a billionaire. He's one of the smartest guys that you'll ever meet. His name is Thomas Pace. I went for dinner with Thomas last night and I said to him, he said to me, how's it going on the channel? And I said, well, naturally viewers have dropped and interest in crypto has dropped. And he's like, you couldn't believe it. He's like, why? I said, because the price is down. He says, so what? Are you telling me that people are more excited when the price is high and they have to pay expensive for things? He said, the interest should be at an all-time high now because it's cheap. So to someone who's not in the crypto game, he's looking at this and going, I wasn't interested in crypto when Bitcoin was 64,000 because I'd missed the run. But at 32,000, I'm super interested in crypto. Why aren't you guys getting the majority of your views? You know, so it's all a market cycle. I think that we're too close, not us, but certainly Twitter crypto community is too close. And so we're getting demotivated because the price has gone down from 64,000 to 32,000. But the price has also gone up from 3,500 18 months ago to 10x to 35,000. So, I mean, we're definitely in a macro bull market, but we are definitely correcting.
And it just proves that the audiences are not experienced in this market. They've only come in the beginning. They haven't learned this market yet. They haven't understood how, you know, you'll be very shocked how quickly these markets recover. You know, in September, it's not even a year ago when Bitcoin crashed, it had like also a 20-30% drop. You know, from that to 1 year later, and the price is sitting at 31,000. It went all the way up to 64. Like, it happens. You know what I mean? Even the last two corrections was 2-3 months. It happens. It's just the experience. People don't understand the markets, and they're going to come. How do people? I don't understand it. 2-3 months ago, you've told them to buy Bitcoin at 60,000, they'll buy it, but they don't buy it now. Like, I agree with you. It doesn't. And that's just the experience. They don't understand. They want quick money. I think the world's desperate. I really think the world is in a desperate place right now. And when it doesn't work your way, people quit. And it sucks. And the ones who don't.
I say this. I've said it to you. I say this. I've said it to you guys every single time. There is no such thing as coming into any industry in the world, and especially not crypto, because crypto is a very, very, very complicated industry. There is no such thing as coming into an industry at the top and coming in quickly and making money. I know it felt that people came into crypto in the bull run and made money, but I think only 1% of them actually walked away with money. The people that made money in this bull run, the most money in this bull run, are the 2017 veterans. People who were around in 2017, who spent the time learning, who researched, who understood network effects, who understood staking, who understood how to use a MetaMask, who understood how to trade on a decentralized exchange. Those were the people that made money in this bull market and are making money in this bull market. Not the guys that came in untrained. Freddie, I'm running out of battery.
and you know what, to add to that, right? Even if the market did keep going up from 64 when everyone was buying, or 60 when everyone was buying, you were going to still lose that money in the future because you haven't been through this. How would you? You have to go through it. It's sad. Yes, the views are down. We have a solid group that are here, and they're here every day. And you fight it, you seek the reward. It's simple. Nothing comes that easy. It's just. But when it comes, and you're still here, remember where we are. For the first time, you're buying the bottoms. You're not buying the tops, and that's already an improvement for people.
Yes. Oh, what do you say that we take some Q&A from the Banter fam? I mean, guys, it's Friday. If there's anything that you want to know, anything that you want to ask us, let's get them up into the comments. I don't know if there are super chats. I don't even know if we've enabled super chats for this show. But yeah, let's go.
I think let's get a... Yeah, as the questions are coming in, let's go through these charts quickly. I just want to get a little view here quickly for Bitcoin. So we have a support, obviously, between the 29 and 30K region. We don't have any volume yet. We have very basic, simple, patience trades to be coming. It's very simple. We put that trend line in. We wait. And the only thing is, we dropped these 20, the last low that we made. Guys, there is the possibility of the 24K. That is definite, and this is why the strategy of having some of your portfolio with stop losses, all that that's doing is making sure that you always have generated cash. So anytime that there's big specials or anything like that, you would have got stopped out at higher points, and we can now capitalize at lower. That's why the strategy is working well. The rest of it, end of the day, if we have a look, bigger time frame, remember what we've been saying, guys. If you bought it anywhere in this region, doesn't matter if it was between 24 to this region and the price is that in the future, it really doesn't matter. So investment-wise, I'm still sitting comfy. I'm making sure I'm in the good projects. And obviously, I then have a good part of my portfolio that does have stop losses so that I have cash if there's any big dips. Because if Bitcoin does go to 25, I still don't see that dominance pulling down. What's nice is with dominance is we do have a nice little wedge forming. So put this wedge in as well, because if we have Bitcoin breaking 30 and Bitcoin breaks the 30K region or 29K and we break this wedge to the upward side on dominance, alts are going to bleed. That chart you showed, this can take Ethereum back to $1,000. So we need to just be very wary of that. And this is why it was so important that to make sure your portfolio is right. Make sure 67% in good hodls. We'll get over the bad days. You'll get through the winter. That doesn't matter. Just make sure that you have another portion as well to capitalize on any of these lower entries. And I was looking at Ethereum dominance, also not doing much. So if Ethereum dominance does drop this little falling wedge that we have, the flag, sorry, then obviously we can see Ethereum really start to pull its way down. And looking at the market caps, same thing. The alt market cap is telling me that we can definitely have a pushback to these regions over here. So, we're starting to understand that it's Bitcoin time, but the fact that focus is very much on Bitcoin and they're pulling from the alts, we're getting to a point where it's going to reverse. Don't know when, but we are getting to a point where it's going to, and volume's going to come back in. If the alts fall harder, they're going to be the bigger bounce. It's very simple to sort of understand that. And looking at Ethereum, this is where I'm saying the different levels. So Ethereum, we got another very key support at 1,700. But if we don't hold these levels, I can definitely see Ethereum down at those levels again. So remember, bigger picture on Ethereum. It doesn't matter if you bought anywhere here. If the price of Ethereum is sitting at $6,000, $7,000. So investment-wise, I'm happy. I'm just making sure that I have capital because DOT, I don't know what you're saying about DOT, but look at DOT. This is unbelievable on where DOT is actually pulling down to, and it's actually getting to a very key support area here as well. So, catching DOT at $9 again, I think it's huge. I think it's massive. So I think I just wanted to give a quick update on that, guys, that we have the grayscale thing on the weekend. We have that coming now. This volume can come at any point. when volume trails down, let me just get it here. And I want to show you here, when we have a trail down in volume, at some point you get the big amount of volume that comes out of nowhere, and that becomes a direction changer. It can either come to the downward side or to the upward side. But remember, when we have the sharpness of volume coming down like we do now, at some point we're going to get a volume bar. And that will either be the break of the trend or it will be a break of support.
It can't happen until the grayscale overhang is finished. Because no institution or no Bitcoin buyer in their right mind would pay 16% more for Bitcoin on the open market if they could buy the same ones.
So that 16%, is it cheaper than the current price?
Yes.
Or how does it fluctuate with the price?
It's 16% right now. So if Bitcoin is trading at 31,200, you can buy Bitcoin 16% less by just buying GBTC shares. So right now, and for as long as there is this GBTC overhang, and remember, Sunday is the biggest release day. This is what Sunday looks like. Of the 41,000, 16,000 release on Sunday, they're going to hit the market on Monday. They're going to hit the market on Tuesday. They're going to hit the market on Wednesday.
But the thing is, even though, who says Bitcoin can't fall another 16, 20%? What would make them buy, even though they're buying it now 16%? You know what I mean? What would make them, the chart looks weak.
Whatever the price of Bitcoin, you can buy it 16% cheaper on GBTC, which means you would never buy it in the open market. There's no point in buying it in the open market. No point. So that's why you see that the volume on Bitcoin is so low today and will continue to be low over the weekend and maybe even Monday, because anybody who wants to buy Bitcoin is going to buy GBTC Bitcoin shares.
Okay. It does make sense.
Yeah, it's fact. So again, until this GBTC overhang is gone, it's very hard for us to think about why there would be a recovery.
Yeah, I'm still a little bit confused why the alts are bleeding so much and dominance is not pushing up.
Because
it's not.
I'll tell you why. Unfortunately, everything is correlated to Bitcoin, which is ridiculous. The notion that Ethereum, which is a supercomputing network, would be correlated to a digital store of value. I mean, that's like saying Amazon should be correlated to gold. It's garbage, right? But because in crypto, most things work on a BTC pair. If the one goes down, in other words, if the price of BTC goes down, people think immediately that the other one must go down because they trade against a BTC pair. And that's why alts come down. And it's going to carry on being like that for the next couple of months, weeks, years. It's not going to sort itself out soon. So what's the strategy here? The strategy is to hold quality. And I said this to you guys at the beginning of this bear market. I said, hold, trade out of your garbage, put it into quality, stake your coins, and sit back and relax and don't try and trade in and out of this market. You try and trade in and out of this market, you're going to blow yourself up. Even the best traders that I know, Sheldon, Fibonacci Lee, chart artists, Rudo, I'm saying those guys haven't, even those guys are sitting on their hands and saying, we're not trading, we're waiting. It's too dangerous. We don't know what's happening in this market. We're just going to go and wait.
Yeah, I'm trading higher time frames, definitely. Just waiting, patient for clear little breakouts. We're at that point now. So, but, you know, it's when Bitcoin does hit, if dominance is not trailing, but to the BTC pairs, you know, Bitcoin is destroying the alts right now. You know, when we do get to the bottom, whenever it is, you know, the alts are going to, by being in alts, you're going to make a lot of Bitcoin at some point. You know what I mean? And then that, I think, is the next strategy. All that I'm doing is updating now, but I'm working on new strategies. I'm telling you, when this market shifts, we'll have new strategies. We'll have new forms. There's a lot more coming. You guys have seen nothing yet. The time is to be patient now, and that's fine. And we're working on the school, but there is new strategies to come, and we will get back to Ethereum pairs, and we will get back to Bitcoin pairs, and we will get back to all of these things. I think this grayscale thing is just putting everything on a, it's time to go fishing.
Well, I mean, I think there's one question you need to ask yourself before you make any investment right now. In fact, let me take you one step back. Elio posted something the other day, and he said he's starting to accumulate ETH now, which is a great strategy. Buying ETH when the market is going down to dollar cost average into ETH is an amazing, amazing, amazing strategy. But it's not an aggressive enough strategy for me. Why? Because if I think that the market is going to continue going down, then I'm not going to buy anything. Then the best thing is just to sit on cash and wait for it to go down. If I think the market is going to recover, then I'd rather buy things that are going to go up much quicker than ETH. And there's the altcoins, not ETH. I don't see ETH as an altcoin, but the altcoins are going to go up much quicker than ETH if the market recovers. So effectively, you now have to ask yourself just one question, and it's only one question you have to ask yourself. Will the token survive a 1 or 2 year bear market if it happens? And those are the tokens that you should be buying. So for example, if you buy DOT today at $12, it can and probably will survive a 1 or 2 year bear market if that actually happens. But if there's a recovery, if ETH goes from 2,000 to 3,000, which is a 50% recovery, DOT is going to go to $40, which is going to be a much more aggressive recovery. So to me, I'm looking for something much more aggressive than just buying Ethereum. I'm looking for, the question that I ask is, how long can the protocol, the token survive? Will it survive? Can it survive a prolonged bear market? If the answer is yes, then I'm buying that token and I'm waiting for good entry points. What's a good entry point? Well, look at things like Rune. I loved Rune, Thorchain. I loved Rune at $10. And now it's at $5 because they got hacked last night. Is it bad that they got hacked? Yeah, it's very bad that they got hacked. Is it a problem for me? No, because it was a small hack relative to their treasury of $100 million, $120 million, 4 or 5 or whatever the actual number of the hack was. It was, I think, 15,000 ETH. At 454, you're buying a bargain. You know Rune's going to survive. You know it's going to be here forever. And people are panicking because it got hacked for a very small amount of money. Screaming buy. 454, Rune, Thorchain, screaming buy. I'm not telling you to buy it, but I'm telling you that's how you've got to think about things. Can they survive a bear market?
Well, even looking at Rune now, from the top to the thing, it's 80% down from all-time high.
Exactly.
That's huge.
Yeah, so that's the idea. The idea is to look at things and see whether they would survive a bear market and buy the ones, only the ones that would survive a bear market. Don't take risks on things that may not survive a bear market because we don't know how long this is going to last. Could last a week, could last a month, could last 3 months, could last 6 months. I don't think it's going to last over a year, but it could. So position yourselves on the one that is on the ones that are going to survive a bear market.
I still think the end of the year is going to be a bullish finish. I still think, and it's the beginning of next year, I still think, but I agree with that. You know, when the markets bounce, DOT's going to outperform Bitcoin and Ethereum. Link's going to outperform Bitcoin and Ethereum. They've taken the bigger knocks. They've been the ones suffering the loss. So that makes sense. You know what I mean? I want to be getting at, yes, it's dollar cost averaging is also a brilliant strategy, guys. To dollar cost, especially even if it's the top 5 of your alts, Bitcoin, Ethereum, it's a really good strategy. When it comes to a good portion of my thing as well, I want to catch these good fundamental alts. They're going to outperform. When it's bounce time, you know, if DOT goes to, because if Bitcoin goes to 25, DOT can go to $8 or $6. You know, from that, if DOT goes to $24, you 4x your money. And that's half of where its all-time high was. So I definitely agree with that. Make sure you have these good odds. I'd say DOT, I'd say Uni, I'd say Link. All of these ones that have been, I can't believe it, DOT and Uni have been suffering for quite a while the last few days now.
Would they survive?
Yeah,
would they survive
think
a
so.
bear market? Would they survive a bear market? Abso-fucking-lutely. What's the strategy? Yeah. Dollar cost average. Start buying them, buy them, buy. You don't know when the market's going to turn. If you wait for the market to turn, you're not going to catch the turn. Because if Bitcoin goes to 33,000, you're going to think, hold on, let me wait for it to go to 35,000. When it goes to 35,000, you're going to say, wow, hold on, it's run too much. It's probably going back down to 30. And then you're going to miss the run. So just keep buying on the way down. That's why they call it dollar cost averaging. And that's basically the strategy. Sheldino, let us get into a Q&A because we never do Q&A. We don't do enough Q&A. I'm sure the community have got tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of questions. So yeah, let's talk about Q&A. Cool.
Will Matic survive?
What do you think? Of course, Matic survived since 2017. Matic's only getting stronger. Matic is one of the most adopted blockchains in the world. It is completely decentralized. And therefore, Matic, of course, will survive a bear market. Definitely.
So 83 cents. And I do have levels. Yeah, if Bitcoin does drop those levels, it can go to between 48 to 58. So this will definitely be another very key buying zone if we don't hold all of this.
Okay, interesting. So yeah, definitely Matic is definitely one of them. Polygon Matic is definitely one of them. All right, let's see who else. Who else has questions? Are there any super chats? Freddie, if there are, Freddie's the man. Freddie's the man.
What's your take on BNB? I see there's a question here with all the issues they're going through. What I still think they're a killer company. I think they'll get through all of it. You know, they're all going to have their dips now and then, but I'll buy any huge dips. Definitely.
So what do I think of BNB? BNB is an interesting play because what you're doing is you're buying a smart contract network, which is the BSC chain, and you're buying an exchange token with a regular token buy, back, and burn. So it's a double thing. Is Binance going to get into regulatory shit? I think that Binance play by the rules today, but I think that if the regulators go back to when Binance started, I'm not sure that Binance was the cleanest or as clean as of an operation when they first started, purely because no one understood the laws, not because Binance were intentionally breaking the law. But I think that Binance is a very clean show. They hire very good people, ex-regulators, people close to regulators. And I think that Binance will overcome everything and anything. So, should you worry about BNB? Long-term, definitely not. Can it be a bit of a bumpy ride? Yes. Remember also, they're the biggest exchange in the world. So if regulators want to set a precedent, they're going to go after the biggest exchange in the world. And so I wouldn't be too concerned, but they could get into some hot water. You can see today there was an article that said that Binance is going to stop doing the synthetic equity assets. They're saying Binance said it will no longer offer trading of stock tokens. Crypto exchange Binance announced on Friday it will cease trading of stock tokens, specifically in Germany and Eastern European countries, and that's because the regulators started to look at this. So Binance will survive. We can expect some headwinds. But
chart-wise, it hasn't pulled back. To all of this news, it's had a low pullback, but compared to what the other coins are doing, we look at DOT, you could see how DOT is completely collapsing, and if we look at BNB, it's holding its ground.
Yeah,
chart-wise.
Look at the BNB BTC pair. That's the more interesting one.
I saw a question there. Will Arena survive a bear market? I think she will. Definitely. Let's have a look. Yeah, there we go. We can see it very, very clear.
There's a little breakout.
It's actually broken.
If you draw the triangle, there's a beautiful little breakout of the BNB BTC pair.
Break test on its way, so that's good. So that's good. So people not understanding again. All that it means, guys, if you've been holding BNB, you've been making Bitcoin, and that's just different. Even today, I can see that the BNB and Bitcoin have basically been doing the same thing. So BNB, yes, the news is out there. I still think they're a giant. I think they're going to overcome.
Yeah. Okay, let's go into more questions. What bigger, short term, DeFi or NFT? I think there's more money in DeFi. Certainly more money in DeFi, more interest in DeFi. But NFTs are working. So when you say bigger in terms of more investment, certainly DeFi. Bigger in terms of quicker growth, probably NFTs at the moment. I think DeFi has had its massive run. NFTs.
I don't buy the green, so I'll definitely be waiting on the DeFi section to be doing. Well, if NFT is gone, it's gone. Some of them have done amazing things, though.
I also wouldn't be buying XC Infinity right now. XC Infinity's had too much of a run. Yesterday, I saw that there was a lot of shorts open on XC Infinity. So be careful of XC Infinity. Don't buy it yet. Wait for it to correct. Yeah. Cool. Let's see. What are the other ones?
Will there be an NFT course in the school?
Yes, of course. It's covered in part of our Ethereum module. We talk about DeFi and we talk about NFTs, and it's amazing. Best NFT tokens to have in a portfolio.
Your top three. What would your top three be?
Top three NFT players. Very interesting. I would say Eternity Chain has a lot of good traction and a lot of great contracts signed. I think Rarible is an unbelievable exchange, so the Rarible token is a very good one. I think that you can never bet against Elio, and Elio is super farm. I wouldn't bet against Elio. Elio is too smart. Yeah, I put my money behind the person there, which would probably be Elio. But I mean, it's anyone's game right now. I told you yesterday that I think that if you're looking for a low cap, highly speculative play, Fairyland is a great one. because we know the developers, they tried, tested, proven developers. The game is going to be amazing. The assets sold out in 2 weeks. The market cap is $15 million relative to Axie Infinity, which is $1.5 billion. So for me, that's a good one. I mean, there's always all the Animoca brand ones, the ones that did Rev. I mean, Rev is a great one. If people are always going to play.
Is Chili's in the NFT space?
It is. To me, it's too expensive. To me, the value in Chili's, it's run. I mean, you're buying something. Let's just quickly check the latest market cap. I mean, don't get me wrong.
And Theta as well, huh?
Theta is streaming. They haven't. It's around streaming. It's not around NFTs. They do have an NFT play. Okay. You're talking about Chili's at a $1.2 billion market valuation. To me, I don't like buying things at 1.2 billion, because where are they going to go? I'm looking for things that can do 50x and 100x, but I'm willing to take the risk, and I'm willing to put smaller money into all of those.
Okay, great. Will you ever short? Of course you will, guys, but you have to be you need to understand what you're doing. It's not just shorting. Remember, the normal concept of shorting is being in dollars, expecting the price of the coin to go down, and buying in at lower rates. The shorting just means being in dollars. It means you're predicting that the price of the coin is going to go downwards. That's the normal spot term or whatever of shorting. And then you obviously got the leverage side. So I would never promote leverage to any of that, because I know it's tough and it gets you addicted and it ends up screwing your whole life up with everything. There's a lot of skillful guys that can do it. We can do it. But yeah, shorting, if you know what you're doing, definitely. It works. Fibonacci Lee's a king at shorting. Is very good.
You can make much more money shorting than you can make going long or buying.
Because it's quicker. It takes so long to go up in the short.
Markets take the stairs up and they take the elevator down. And so you can make a lot of money shorting. But the reason why we don't talk about shorting on this channel is very simple. The human brain is not programmed to sell things and feel ownership. The human brain is programmed that when you buy something, it goes up in value, right? That's how you're programmed. You buy a house, it goes up in value. It's an investment. The human brain says when you invest in something, it goes up in value. To teach the human brain that the best trade is actually to sell something and to buy it back cheaper, it's a very different mindset. And the people that have mastered that mindset, people like Fibonacci Lee, you can make much more money shorting than you can make longing, but it's a very, 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 very tough skill to acquire.
And mental strength, structure, it comes with a lot.
Yes, for sure. Since ADA will survive, how do you look at projects that will build on it in this bear market, like DeFi, OCAM, etc.? Well, we know for sure ADA or Cardano, the protocol, will survive. So that's a safe bet. If you think Cardano is good, buy Cardano. In terms of the actual project, you have to evaluate every single project on its own merits, and you have to ask the same question. If there's a 2 or 3 year bear market, will this project survive? If the answer is yes, and you think it's going to get users, buy it. Simple as that. Which are good staking sites? Binance has low APY. So there is a staking website, which is called stakingrewards.com. If you go to stakingrewards.com, you can see all the metrics that you need in order to stake. So, for example, you can see that Cardano right now has a reward of 6.37%. As you can see, and you can see that 70% of all the Cardano in circulation are currently staked. That's the most loyal staking community in the world.
That's looking good, eh?
Yeah, so all of them. So you look at all of these. Solana, 68% of all the supply staked. DOT, 63% of all the supply staked. When you are staking, the best place to stake is to stake through either delegators, staking pools, or to actually do it yourself, depending on the actual token. And what you want to look out there, the things that you want to look out for, is you want to look out for the lockups. So, for example, if you stake your Terra or your Luna, the rewards are amazing. The rewards are you can make 10.94% rewards, plus you get airdrops of everything else that is launching on the network, which is very, very, very big. But you have a 28-day lockup period, which means that if you want to sell your tokens, you have to wait 28 days. So I think that you can see this all right here. I don't have an account on this, but I think you can actually see it. You can see all the top 10, and this actually teaches you where to stake. So the website is called stakingrewards.com. That's where I go to see where you can stake things and how to stake things.
Brilliant.
Best launch platform coin to accumulate. Interesting question. So
I don't know. I sort of got my marriage coins. The normal. We've been going through them so much. Best launch platform.
Let's look at what the best launch platform is. First of all, before you answer that question, you got to think to yourself, what chain do I actually want to invest in? So the first thing you say is, what is my thesis in terms of the chain that I want to invest in? So if you want to invest in, say, for example, ThorChain, then right now I only know of one launchpad that is decent on ThorChain, which is ThorStarter. And so you would invest in ThorStarter. If you want to invest in Solana, then there's SolPad, which we like, and there's a few others that we like. So the first question that you want to ask yourself is, which chain do I want to invest in? And then you look at the individual launchpads on that chain and then invest through those individual launchpads.
What are your thoughts on CardStarter? I'm quite interested in CardStarter. I think they're going to be good.
I love CardStarter. I know the team very well. Full disclosure, I'm an investor in CardStarter. I mean, when I say investor, I bought tokens like everybody else. Great team. They know what they're doing. They're one of the first. OCAM and CardStarter launched at about the same time on Cardano. And I think Cardano, when the smart contracts start, a lot of projects are going to be building on Cardano, and then they're going to need a launchpad. Yeah. There is one thing that I want to mention around launchpads. Launchpads are very much a bull market thing. So what launchpads are only important when projects are launching and people want the tokens in the launchpads that are launching. But if there is going to be a 2 or 3 year bear market, it's this beer that I'm drinking. If there is going to be a 2 or 3 year bear market, then launchpads are going to have very little value because not many people are going to want to ape into new projects. So a launchpad is really a bull market. If you think there's going to be good bull market, then buy into launchpads. Ryan, he says, what are the chances of an entry into sniper school? All right, buddy, you're in. Ryan's in.
Yeah, yeah.
Ryan's in. Christiana, what happens when CBDC, central bank digital currencies, come in? Well, what happens? Central bank digital currency is just a currency issued by a country which is digital and which is on the blockchain. So it's going to be like a US dollar on the blockchain. And if you want to trade the central bank digital currency pairs, then trade the central bank digital currency pairs. It's not going to do anything. But
most of fiat's already digital. So I think the difference is it's just going to be on blockchain.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Dirk Lowry says, any news on KSM? Yes, lots of news on KSM. Parachains auctions are happening. People are locking up Kusama. I think at last count, 1 million Kusama were locked up. There are only 10 million Kusama in circulations. Only 3 parachains have been selected, which means that one day all the Kusama are going to run out and Kusama is going to go up in value. That's the news on Kusama. How to see market sentiments. I'll tell you how to see market sentiments. You can look at the number of people that watch YouTube streams, and you can read the number of salty comments in the comment box. And based on that, you'll know what the market sentiment is. It's a true story. True story. It's a true story. Bull market, 20,000 live viewers on Sheldon's show. Bear market, 5,000. Loyal, good people that are training.
The ones that will succeed. These are the people that I want. 20,000, 15,000 in my fake.
No, they came here for the quick gains, and they're not going to make quick gains. It's just, you cannot make quick gains unless you're very lucky.
Tesla failed 3 times and then he got it right. Or the SpaceX. You know what I mean? Come on, guys.
Ooh, KSM or DOT? What's a better bargain right now?
DOT has retraced a lot more chart-wise.
Okay, fair enough. Look, DOT is the big daddy. It's when DOT starts its parachain auctions, it's amazing. Kusama has to me, Kusama is simple. The reason why I like Kusama so much is it's simple.
What is Kusama's market cap now?
So we know that they're going to be 100 parachains on Kusama and 100 parachains on DOT. I think it's 100 parachains on Kusama. DOT has a market cap of 1.6 billion, a 10 million maximum supply. 1 million are already locked up in the first 3 parachain auctions and all the other projects raising. So for me, this is a very simple mathematics. It's like there's 9 million tokens left and there's 97 parachains to come. Kind of like no brainer. DOT is still far out. So I think they're both good. I think I would put my money into Kusama, but I think it's neither here nor there. We've got time for 1 or 2 more. Let's do 1 or 2 more, Freddie. Everyone complains that we never do Q&A. So here we are doing Q&A.
I think we'll do a show once a week just for Q&As. It's definitely nice to see what everyone wants to.
Why doesn't why doesn't run like XRP? I find it useful, but I would also like to hear some critics before investing in it. Okay. The company Ripple is amazing. They are building amazing technology that solves a real world problem, which is cross-border money finance, sending money cross-border, which means that if I want to send money from Philippines to Thailand or from the USA to Philippines, instead of going through the banks and using this complicated system, which they call SWIFT, I can now just use XRP. Amazing. The problem, why I don't like XRP, is because the Ripple company has a whole lot of tokens which they got in the Genesis event or they got for free. And they sell these tokens to the retail market to fund the growth of the company. And the people that benefit the most from the growth of the companies are the shareholders in the company, not the token holders. And I find that unethical. It's the same thing for me with EOS. EOS was the biggest ICO of 2017. They raised $4.1 billion. They took that money and they invested it into Bitcoin, and that's probably become 20 or 30 or 40 billion dollars. I haven't looked at the numbers. They built the EOS protocol. They haven't really supported it. They've built garbage on it. No one's using it. And they're taking the 40 billion that they have from the raise, and they are listing this new exchange called bullish. And they are enriching not the token holders who actually funded the ICO, but they're enriching the shareholders of Block One, which is basically a bunch of them. I don't like companies that do that. I think it's a scam. And that's why I don't like XRP, and that's why I don't like Bullish. Legally, they have probably done nothing wrong because token holders have no rights. When you invest in an ICO, you're donating money. But ethically, sorry guys, that's unethical. All right, where are you currently staking USDT, your USDT? Sheldon, are you staking your USDT?
No, I plan on using it, so not right now.
So if you want to stake USDT, Celsius gives you the highest returns as far as I'm aware, 8 or 9% on putting your money in USDT or USDC. If you want slightly higher returns, you can go to Anchor Protocol. So it is it's built on the Luna blockchain. I'll quickly find the Anchor Protocol website for you guys. And you can see that you can deposit your stable coins into Anchor Protocol and you can earn about 20% per annum. The only catch is that you have to, so you can see that the APY right now is 19.53%. The only thing is that you have to swap your USDT or USDC for UST, which is the US dollar on the Luna blockchain. And you can do that at curve.fi, and that's where you would do it. But then you can earn 20% per annum on your USDT, which is it's a fucking great return. Unbelievable return. One more question. Freddie, one more question. Freddie. Sheldon, what's your favorite? What's your favorite trading platform?
Oh, Binance. I use Binance for a lot. That's my favorite. And yours? Kucoin's good. FTX is good. They're all good.
Yeah, I think Binance. Binance has got all the coins. It's got a lot of liquidity. I kind of feel
Volume,
liquidity.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think so. I think Binance is very good. Alrighty, guys, let's leave it at that. Friday afternoon or Friday morning, wherever you are. Remember that in a few hours, in about 3 hours, we have the big Friday banter. It's going to be a big Friday banter. We will see you guys again on Monday, 6 a.m. EST for Sheldon Show, 10 a.m. EST for my show.
We're back, buddy. I'm excited to bring all the new content. We've got some exciting parts for the show next week. I'm very happy, very excited.
Okay. All right, but do me a favor. Get into bed.
I'm gonna go pass out now.
Have a good weekend, buddy. Have a good weekend, guys.
Yes,
if you are trading, guys, trade well, my friends.
Crypto Banter is a social podcast for entertainment purposes only. All opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers should not be construed as financial advice. Views expressed by guests and hosts do not reflect the views of the station. Listeners are encouraged to do their own research.